is now time to, I guess, go over the new challenges for 2019. So before I get started, I'm going to do a word of prayer because I prefer to do. Dear God, thank you for this day that you've given, and thank you for just the ways that you've blessed us. God, as we move into this next year, I just ask that you would guide each and every person, show them the steps that you've planned for them, and give them grace to walk in them, give them courage to be able to be a light for you in this world. I just ask you to bless them and be with them. In your name, amen. All right. So now, let me pull up the list of what the challenges will be. So we've got new challenges this year, which I'm pretty excited about. So last year, anybody who was part of the challenge, we sent you guys out a survey thing asking you which ones, which kind of challenges you might like to see in the future. So we kind of took all that information that you gave us, which was extremely useful information. So we just kind of took all that and sort of thought, well, what can we do in 2019 that would be, cool and new, and something that would be useful. So the reason we even started these challenges to begin with is we wanted to give you guys as storytellers and creatives a chance to kind of sort of invent and do something new and be pushed to create something that maybe people have never seen before. So we wanted to do that to like a level 11 in 2019. So what we've done is we've put together 7 challenges instead of just 2. So last year we had the 1-week film challenge and the 2-month novel challenge, and obviously we've kept those. We've tweaked a few things, kept the stuff that worked, changed stuff that didn't work. But then we've added 5 more challenges because, why not? If it worked with 2, who's to say it won't work with 7? So now we're doing 7 challenges in 2018. So I am going to go over the information for them all, and then that information is going to actually go live on the Storyteller site. So here we go. By the way, if anybody has any questions, please chime in the comment sections or comment area of wherever you're at, because I am watching those on all areas. So I will answer your questions, but first I'm going to actually walk through all of the challenges, and then I will come back and look and see if anybody has any questions for them. So just when you think of the question, write it down, and when I get done walking through the challenges, I will come back and look at all those questions. So here we go. Drum roll, please. So this year we actually have a challenge every single month. So, and one of the things that was mentioned is it would have been nice to have been able to do both challenges last year. So last year we put both challenges together, so they happened at the same time. But it was mentioned by several people that it'd be nice if there could be, I guess you could participate in both challenges. So they would be staggered or something where you could do that. So that's what we did. We've got the first one starting January 4th. So that's why we're announcing all these today, because the first challenge is January 4th. So that gives you a little over a month to register and build your team if you're wanting to do the first challenge. So each challenge is different. So the first challenge is a 2,000-hour series, which is about 11 weeks. It's a 2,000-hour series challenge. So basically you have 2,000 hours to make a 3-part series, or a series with 3 different installments. And this can be any kind of series. It can be a Facebook series. It can be a web series, it can be a film series, it can be a book series, it can be a photo series, like a series of pictures. It just has to be 3 parts. There has to be 3 parts to it, so 3 installments. And you have to have the outline for all 3 installments, but you only have to have the first installment, like a pilot, finished. So you'll have 2,000 hours to come up with the whole outline for your entire 3-part series story. And then you'll actually produce the first part of that. And then you'll submit the produced pilot for your series, and then the outline for the other 2 parts of it. And that's what the challenge will be. And then the winners of that, well, the finalists of that will be shown at the Way of the Storyteller in January of next year, so 2020. So in January of 2020, we'll have another Way of the Storytellers event, and the finalists from this year's series challenge will be shown there, and the winners will be announced there. But what you'll get if you win that is we'll work with you to produce the other 2 parts of your series, so that then the whole 3-part series is then complete, and then we'll distribute that. So there's that. There's some more information, the rules and stuff that I can go in later, but you can also look at that on the website. So then that lasts from January 4th to March 31st. So that is the 2,000-hour series challenge. And I'm kind of excited about that one. I think it'd be cool to see people work in a series. And the reason we did this is because it was actually suggested by a couple of you guys, is it'd be neat to have a way to be able to do some kind of series. Actually, somebody last year submitted a book to the book challenge that was part of a series. So we thought, well, why not actually make one? So you have about 11 weeks to create the outline of a series and then produce the first part of it as the pilot. So yeah. So then there is the 30-day theater challenge, which starts April 1st and runs through the 30th, because it's 30 days, obviously. So that's the second challenge of the year. So that starts in April. And basically that is you're to create an original theater performance. So from the script to the actual stage performance, and you actually put on the performance, and then you record you putting on the performance and send that in, as well as the script for the stage performance. And the winner of that will be shown at Way of the Storytellers in 2020. And then the script will actually be produced to be sold as a play and then put on tour. So that's the 30-day theater challenge. So yeah, so basically you have 30 days to create the script and the cast and the costumes and the music and the props and whatever that you need for a theater play. And then you actually have to perform the play and record the performance of it and submit that before the end of the 30 days. And then the winner of that, which I think is pretty cool, the winner of that will be then the play will be performed at Way of the Storytellers in 2020, and the script itself will be produced to be sold and then put on tour. So that's pretty cool. And like always, the creators of all this stuff receive 80% of anything made off of their creation if they win. So that's also really cool, with 10% of it going to missions of their choice. So you get, if you're one of the winners and your stuff is sold, 80% of that goes back to you as a creator, 10% of it goes to us to cover the cost of actually distributing it, and then 10% of it goes to missions of the creator's choice. So that's really neat. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, that's from April 1st to April 30th. And then on, oh, we actually don't have one in, no, we do, okay. And then the 2-month novel challenge is May 1st through the 30th this year. So it's a little bit earlier than it was last year. It started in June last year, but now it's May 1st to June 30th this year. But that's the same kind of rules. You've got 2 months to write your novel, Obviously, the novel can be as short or as long as you want it. It doesn't have to be the traditional, I think it's like 60,000 words or whatever that a novel is. I don't remember for sure now. But it doesn't have to be that. It can be however short or as long as you want it. You can make it a full novel. You can make it a novelette. It can be a short story, whatever. It does still have to be illustrated, though. So we really like the way that that made people kind of work together in a team. So it does still have to be illustrated. But that's May 1st to June 30th. And basically the exact same rules as last year. And the same deal. We're going to actually take those and we're going to publish them in separate books, but sell them together in like a book collection. So there'll be 3 winners again, and those 3 winners will have their books published individually, but they can also buy them like a box set, whatever. And then let's see, June. So then the next challenge is. I'm confused. Hold up. I think one of these dates is wrong. I'm gonna have to check it. But anyway, so the next challenge is the 1-week film challenge. Same rules as last time. You have a week to make a film. I don't know what the background noise is in my feed for all you people who are wondering. I tried to fix it beforehand. I don't know what it is. And I couldn't stop it, so sorry. Anyway, so yeah, so the next challenge is the 1-week film challenge, and it's the same kind of rules as last year. You have 1 week to go from script to final project. Still has to be mastered in 4K. And with all of these challenges is the same thing. We're going to provide you with a secret message and prop and action at the beginning of the challenge that you must include in the final project itself. So we're going to keep that same thing. People seem to like that, and we thought it was a really great way of making sure that you actually were creating the project during the time, and no one was cheating and submitting a project they had created, years before or whatever, and just kind of was trying to make it look like that they had made it during the time frame, but they really had. So same thing. And I'm trying to double check the date for that one because I think the date is wrong, but I will come back to the date on it because it is loading very slow. So when it pulls up, I will let you know. So then the next one that we have is the 14-day audio adventure, which I'm pretty pumped about. So basically, it's an audio drama or radio drama, if anybody is familiar with those, like Focus on the Family or Lamplighter Theater, all that kind of stuff. So basically, you have 14 days to create your own audio adventure. And if anybody complains about the 14 days, they can take it up with me because I have personally made an audio adventure in 10 days. So I know it can be easily accomplished in 5 days. So, yeah. So that would be July 14th through the 27th of 2019. And it's the same thing. You've got the 3 different surprise elements that you have to include in it, and you have 14 days to complete it. So, and it's the same thing. The winners will be put in like a collection and sold and all that kind of good stuff, and they'll be shown at Way of the Storytellers. So yeah. Then we've got one for photos because there is a guy that we know who's actually been the creator of the month before, and he's a photographer, and he was talking to us about his photography, and it just kind of blew our mind how much went into the pictures he took and the stories he's trying to tell in these pictures. So we thought, wow, if people actually put that much into these photos, like they need their own challenge, because that's really cool that people are doing that. So we have an 8,000-minute photo challenge, which is about 5 days. So they have 5 days to kind of plan out what their photo is going to be, set it up, and then get that perfect shot and do whatever they need to do with Photoshop or Lightroom to get the photo ready and then submit it. So yeah, that's that. And that is July 28th to August 1st. And those winners are going to be put in something we call the 1,000-word collection, which basically is based off the phrase that a picture is worth 1,000 words. And it will be basically this collection of the winning pictures that people can find and purchase and all that kind of good stuff. So does that have them? That's 6 of them? Yeah. So the last one. So the last one here is actually 5 months long. So it's a really long challenge, but there's a reason it's so long. And this one here has a lot more information that's going to be coming. There's still a lot of it that we're working out the details, but we've got enough of it for you guys to kind of get excited and moving so far. But it's not till August, so you've got plenty of time to plan for it. It's August the 11th through December 31st, so it's 5 months long. But basically, this is kind of a combination of all of the challenges put together. So you'll have your 3 surprise elements. This is called the 5-month collaboration challenge, by the way. So you'll have your 3 surprise elements that you have to include in it: your message, your action, and your prop. But on top of that, you'll be given 3 different mediums. So like film, book, and radio. And you have to tell a story that interweaves through those 3 mediums using the 3 surprise. Oh, actually, it's 4 mediums. I'm sorry. Through those 4 mediums using the 3 surprise elements. And the point of that is to really encourage people to work together in teams, because you do have 5 months to work on this, but you're not going to be good at all 4 of these mediums. It's just not going to happen. So you're going to need to find people who are good at working in different mediums and telling stories in different mediums. And then everybody sit down and really work together on making it happen, which is the reason we give you so much time, because we realize it will take time to do that. But that's really a challenge of collaboration, to see, who you can find to work with to be able to tell a story that kind of goes past just one medium and sort of moves on to that. The story that you create in that challenge too also has to be interactive, so it has to involve the audience somehow. They have to somehow be able to participate in the story. But like I said, we have more information for that one. We do have some information on the site already, but we'll have some more information as it comes later, as far as some rules and stuff, because we're still trying to figure out exactly what kind of rules and stuff need to be put in place to dictate that really well. But so those are the challenges, and I'm going to real quick look and see if anybody had any questions regarding them so that I can answer those. Let me pull up everything here. And I apologize for it possibly taking a long time for me to get to your questions, because the computer really slows down when I try to do a live stream and answer questions at the same time. So I'm trying to get your questions to load right now so I can look at them. But if you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. When they load, I will type them. So those are the challenges anyway, and I am going to send you all the link in just a second here, to where you can look at all the rules and stuff for yourself on the Storytellers website. But it's the exact same link as last year, if y'all remember. It's storytellers.sctreehouse.com/challenges. And that's storytellers.sctreehouse.com/challenges. But I'm going to put it in the comment section for everybody so that you can find it easily, or more easily. So Let me type that in real quick here. So I hope you guys are excited about the challenges. I'm excited about the challenges. I'm excited that we're able to do more of them this year. And obviously, you don't have to do every challenge. You can do the challenges that interest you. But I do think it's really cool that we're able to do some more challenges and challenge some different kinds of storytellers this year than we were previously able to challenge. So that is pretty cool to me. Good grief, this is going really, really slow. There it goes. So I actually don't. Okay, here they all are. Okay, so I believe this is Heidi who asked this. She said, "Can the play be a musical?" So I'm assuming that's a 30-day theater challenge. And yes, actually, the comment was made that someone could make it a musical if they had the guts to try to do that, which it's another thing that you have to do is try to create the music for it. But if you're gonna go for it, go for it. Like, that's awesome. But it does not have to be. Actually, it doesn't even have to be a play, a scripted play. It just has to be a theater performance. So it can obviously be a play, it could be a musical, or it could be something um, more like a dance recital or a ballet or something like that. It just has to be a theater performance. So it doesn't have to be kind of the traditional narrative scripted sort of theater. So yeah, um, it it can be a musical to answer your question, but it also can be a bunch of other things as well. So keep that in mind. But I don't think that challenge isn't until April, so you have a little while to kind of think what you might want to do there, and um, maybe find some other people who'd be interested in it. But yes, it can be a musical. Long story short, it can be a musical. And then I did finally get that link sent. So yeah, so there's a link. You can actually look at all the stuff there. But let me go back here and make sure that I did not miss any questions on any of the sites. Let me tell you, it's really weird to be streaming to 3 sites simultaneously and trying to keep up with all. Okay, so I now have that link in all the comments, so you can now go to it. Yay! So yeah, anyway, those are the challenges for 2019. They are, once again, you've got the first one is going to be the series challenge, which is challenging you to create a 3-part series. It can be anything. It can be film, it can be written, it could even be a 3-part theater series if you wanted. So like, stage plays, or it could be a web show, whatever. So it's just got to be 3 parts. You have 2,000 hours to do that, which is roughly about 11 weeks. And you have to create the entire outline for all 3 parts of the series. So if it's, a web series, it's going to have 3 episodes. So you have to create the outline for all 3 episodes. But you only have to actually completely produce the first one as like a pilot. But you have to have the actual outline for the rest of them. And that's the first one. Then we have the 30-day theater challenge, which is a challenge to create some kind of theater performance in 30 days. All the way from creating the original performance itself to actually putting it on. And like I said, it doesn't have to be sort of, I guess, a play or a musical. It can be like interpretive dance or a ballet recital, or even like a musical band performance. It just has to be, it has to involve kind of the theater. So the next one is the 14-day audio challenge. which is to create a radio drama audio adventure in 14 days. So the thing here is it has to be all audio. There can be no visuals. It has to just be what we hear. So this is kind of like that old-fashioned radio drama kind of stuff. And you've got 14 days to do that. And then you've got the 800-minute photo challenge, which you have 800 minutes to create a photo. So this photo has to tell a story, and we give you 3 different things that it has to include: a prop, an action, and then the message of the story itself. So you've got roughly 5 days, 800 minutes to plan out what that story is going to be, what the photo is going to be, set up the shot, get the photo perfect, and then edit it, tweak it, and submit it. Then we've got the old timers, the 2-month novel challenge, which is where you have 2 months to create a novel start to finish. And then we've got the 1-week film challenge, which is the same thing. You've got 1 week to create a film from start to finish. And then last but not least, we have the big challenge this year, which is the 5-month collaboration, which is where you're given 4 different mediums and 3 different surprise elements, 1 being message, 1 being an action, and 1 being a prop that has to be in there. And you're given 5 months to collaborate and tell a story that crosses all 4 of the mediums that you're given. Now, obviously, we don't give those mediums until the start of the challenge, but you're given 4 mediums and 3 things that must be included in it, and 5 months to get it done. So those are the challenges, and like I said, the finalists and winners of these will be shown or announced at the Way of the Storytellers in 2020, which will be sometime in January. We don't have dates nailed down for it exactly now, but it will be in January. So yeah, that is the challenges for 2019. And let's see, I don't see any more comments. I'm sorry if you are commenting and I'm not getting your comments because everything is loading really slow here. So it's highly possible that I am missing them, and I will get off the live stream. There'll be a million comments that didn't answer. But if that's the case, I'll jump back in the comment section and answer them for you. But those are the challenges. I've put the link in all of the comment sections for everyone to be able to look at and view. Just know that all of the registration is open, so you can go ahead and register for any of the challenges. And the registration closes for all those challenges the day before the challenge begins. So for this first challenge, which begins January 3rd, yes. So for this first challenge, or January 4th. So for this first challenge that begins January 4th, the deadline to register is going to be January 3rd. So you have a month and a day from right now to register for that one, if that's one you're interested in. And then the same thing for all the other ones. Registration will close the day before the challenge begins. That way we have enough time to get everything sorted out before the challenge actually starts. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. We're doing some different stuff with the challenges this year, especially with the, obviously doing more of them. We're testing something. I can't tell you what it is we're testing, but we're testing an idea. So we really would appreciate it if you guys would participate in these challenges. Not that you wouldn't, but we are trying to test out something that, if it works this year with these challenges, something that we're going to do different next year that I think you all will really like. So yeah, that is what we're doing, and I hope that you all enjoy it, and I will see you all later. So bye. Maybe.